this process that we're in, it really is so much, it is a psychic surgery. That is the process of offering. It's not, I was talking to somebody the other day about offering. She was having trouble with surrender. And she was saying to me, I do prayers every morning. Like, I don't really know the problem. I don't know why I have such trouble with surrender. Every morning I do my prayers. And I'm like, the way this works isn't like you get to just wake up in the morning and do your prayers like we're in, like I'm back in Hebrew school or you're in a catechism or something. It's not like that. What it is a surrender to the psychic surgery that the inner divine wants to take each of us through. I mean, there is literally a process of psychic surgery that I'm sure those of you that have been here for some time, you're very familiar with. And lest it sound like masochism, it really isn't, because you start to discover that as these things are cut away and cut away, if you're willing to let the process happen, and if you even invite it, and if you even call in the divine and say, yes, free me from these attachments, free me from these old patterns, you come out on the other side with this lightness and this freedom and this ease that personally I found it more effective than anything, because the inner divine is the most talented psychic surgeon there is. So it's not that there's like, oh, you just do these prayers and then it all just rolls easily. The prayers are the invitation to the divine to come in. And then once she comes in, she starts to, I always think of that image of like Michelangelo and the block of marble, the David that he sculpted. Like, she cuts away what needs to go in order to have the fullest representation of your true soul essence emerge. And that process can be agonizing sometimes and ecstatic other times, but the process continues and you start to emerge more and more as your authentic self. So the one thing that I wanted to also say about that before we go on to questions is that at some point in the process, and I've really found this myself, you don't have to worry. You stop having to worry about what you're quote unquote manifesting next, because that all just falls away. What you realize is it's the surrender to that process of subtraction, to that surgery, that as long as you let her keep taking what you no longer need, and you keep saying, I surrender to this process, bring the highest, allow what needs to come and what needs to go, as long as you keep doing that, what needs to come always comes. You almost don't have to worry about that part. It's the openness to the psychic surgery. So